there any talk about maybe not practicing because of the Jacob Blake thing? I noticed a couple teams didn't practice. Did you guys talk about that at all?
We didn't talk about that, so it really didn't come up.
Sean, what would be your response if there was a player that wanted to sit out or miss practice in response to that? Have you thought of how you would react to that if one of the players decided to do that?
Yeah, look, the thing I mentioned last night to the team is, I think we've got a really good, close locker room, and if they came up with something that they felt they wanted to do, I would support it, and I think that there still might be something they wish to do, and the idea of just putting his name on everyone's helmet was something that we felt would be appropriate, and I think they were for it.
John, is this changed? Is this something new? Seeing players just be so willing to use their voice, their platform, to speak out about stuff like this?
I don't think it's new. I think certainly the attention drawn to specifically this topic is new to our season this year, and maybe not even our season this year because it's been a few years now. But I think that history would tell us that look, we've seen this before, and I think part of coaching is teaching them. They have a voice and a very powerful one, and certainly understanding that and respecting everyone's voice, and so collectively as a team, a lot of things can be done to encourage change and be a part of change. So that's part of the teaching element of what we do as coaches. Never changes regardless of the level, whether it's Pop Warner, high school, college, or the NFL. It's more than just football.
John, how do you balance, as a head coach, how do you balance trying to keep the focus during camp? You got a game in a couple weeks and preparing, and listening to the important needs of your players as a head coach.
Well, I think that takes place every year. There are a number of things that our players incur throughout the course of the season. Something like this is significant, and it's very important, and it's part of the challenge of being a professional athlete. I think that the last thing would be to ignore it or pretend like it wasn't happening. And I think that I think we've got the right leadership in this locker room to understand those elements and having the correct balance.
John, what do you think it's going to take for, I guess, the rest of the country to get the message and to understand what's going on?
Well, look, I think whether or not everybody in this country understands what's going on is one topic, but the ability to make change and to move forward in a positive way is a different matter. And I think we're right in the middle of what is an election year. We had the convention, the Democratic convention last week, this week the Republican convention. All of those things are taking place at the same time, and I think that it's never easy, and yet these topics sometimes aren't easy, and yet there's an old adage: the obstacle is the way, and it's not going around. It's understanding and going through it and addressing it, even if it means uncomfortable conversations and topics that may make people somewhat uneasy. All right, thank you.